Welcome to YellBro. I am Jordan, and today it's time to follow all the fallout with the whole Jeffrey Epstein case. Just, I guess, being a nothing burger, according to the U.S. Department of Justice and FBI. But before I get started, check this out: the U.S. to spend $1.5 billion building new air bases and facilities for the Israeli military. That can't be true, right? We're not just going to dump money in there. We're not just going to do that, are we? Whatever. More important news here. Jeffrey Epstein. But before I get started, don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Check them out, read them, share them, then donate. All of it is very much appreciated. Thank you, guys. All right, so we all heard the news yesterday about the Jeffrey Epstein case, and there's no client list, and the minute missing from the security footage, and all that stuff. Well, don't worry about that, okay? Because your orange penguin has your back. He has your back. And so does Pam Bondi. She's going to explain everything that, all those questions we had, they're going to be explained right now. Here we go.
And released yesterday on Jeffrey Epstein, it left some lingering mysteries. One of the biggest ones is whether he ever worked for an American or foreign intelligence agency. The former labor secretary, who was Miami U.S. Attorney Alex Costa, he allegedly said that he did work for an intelligence agency. So could you resolve whether or not he did? And also, could you say why there was a minute missing from the jailhouse tape on the night of the staff?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, Pam, could I just interrupt for 1 second? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep?
Yeah, someone tell Trump that it's not for glorifying Jeffrey Epstein. I think the point for people was that it's a clientele list, whether they're famous or not, but this guy's trafficking kids around, and possibly to do with politicians in all these, positions of power around the world. Wouldn't that be like a major, super duper major news story? Like, governments could fall from shit like that if you find out their president or their prime minister or part of their cabinet is engaging in pedophilia. So yeah, I think that's why people cared about it. And you also know people cared about it, right, Trump? I mean, you cared about it yourself. You ran, didn't you? Wasn't this a part of you running for president? Wasn't this part of your campaign? That's what people were hoping for, right? You did a whole, what was it, right-wing influencer people, right? You gave them binders to show, look, we're doing the job. You made a spectacle out of it. And now you're mad that people are like, yo, we have questions about this. So it's like, once again, I already knew this, all right? I already understood this guy does not give a fuck about you. I already understood that. These people, in my opinion, these people don't give a fuck about you. I already knew that, but I mean, how many more IQ tests do you need, guys? Every topic you care about, he is fucking over. Every single one. Give me one where he isn't, please. As far as people that claimed he was, they voted for him for these particular reasons, right? Unless you're a neocon, if you voted for Trump thinking some sort of populist thing was going to happen, please tell me what topic you're getting any W's on. Please point them out to me. Anyways, let's let them finish. Once again, Trump is mad for anyone even asking about this. To the Attorney General, who made a fucking spectacle out of it. And let's be real, he did too. Let's be honest. She doesn't make that spectacle without his permission. Let's be honest. But anyways, here you go.
That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this, where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened.
Greatest success.
It just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
Sure. First, to back up on that, in February, I did an interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention because I said, I was asked a question about the client list, and my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file, along with the JFK, MLK files as well. That's what I meant by that. Also,
let me stop her here and just play this real fast. What the fuck? Oh, not that one. Don't worry. We'll get to that one. Let me just play this real fast. Here.
So, the FBI looks at the circumstances surrounding the death of Jeffrey Epstein. According to the report, this systematic review revealed no incriminating client list. So what happened to the Epstein client list that the Attorney General said she had on her desk?
Well, I think if you go back and look at what the Attorney General said in that interview, which was on your network on Fox News.
Got the quote.
Go ahead.
John Roberts said, DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen? And she said, it's sitting on my desk right now to review.
Yes, she was saying the entirety of all of the paperwork, all of the paper in relation to Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. That's what the Attorney General was referring to, and I'll let her speak for that. But again, when it comes to the FBI and the Department of Justice, they are more than committed to ensuring that bad people are put behind bars.
Okay. So, yeah, once again, they're using semantics to escape that, but, like, come on. It's like, just lie to my face. Fuck it. Why not? They get away with it, so we might as well just lie to our faces. The job is done, right? He's already elected. The administration is already put in. The cabinet's already there. Press secretary, the DOJ, the fucking AG, fuckboy Rubio. They're all in. They're all there already. They won. GG's. Is he staring at her tits, by the way? Is he looking like at her tits right now? I would be, but I'm a perv, you know. Anyways. The job is done, guys. You used all your effort and energy and you gave it all to this orange penguin thinking the world was going to change, even though he had 4 years of neocon policies before that. But you know what? You fell for it again. Fuck it. And now that you used all that energy, now here comes the fucking, what's it called? Like the adrenaline dump. Right? The adrenaline dump. The post-nut clarity. Whatever you want to call it. This is where you're at now. They took your energy, used it against you, and now you can't do anything about it. Except say, oh, well, you know what? I fucked up. Let's vote for someone else next 4 years. In 4 years, we'll just vote for someone else. No big deal. Just got energy vampired. Anyways, let's let her explain the minute thing or any other stuff that's in this latest release.
to the tens of thousands of video, they turned out to be child porn downloaded by that disgusting Jeffrey Epstein. Child porn is what they were. Never going to be released, never going to see the light of day. To him being an agent, I have no knowledge about that. We can get back to you on that. And the minute missing from the video, we released the video.
He may be an agent, he may not be. I don't know. It's like, fuck it. Let us look at the evidence then. You guys can't figure anything out, so just let us see the evidence. No, you don't have to release child porn or whatever. But allow us to see, like, the other evidence. Like, we can handle that. Anyways.
Showing definitively, the video was not conclusive, but the evidence prior to it was showing he committed suicide. And what was on that, there was a minute that was off the counter. And what we learned from Euro...
Did the video actually showcase that? I didn't see that. Granted, I didn't just watch the raw feed, right? I saw other people posting things, and I saw like the 7 o'clock ish time period, and it skips over to like it's like a 7-hour video I saw. I'm pretty sure, and then at the 11:59, it skips to 12. Okay, and it's one camera angle. I don't know. I don't see Epstein at all in the fucking thing. People, I guess people said that there's like an image where he's walking by on the bottom floor, but you can't tell if that's him, and that's no fucking proof about suicide at all. It's zero proof. Also, if someone was doing some fuckery, snuck into the jail or was allowed in, I mean, if it's a glitch where it just skips to 12, okay, fine. But then their times are way off, aren't they? Imagine that happening every single day. All right, wouldn't that fuck the system? Like, wouldn't your records be off, like as far as the time, because you're losing a minute every time? I don't know. I don't know enough. I saw one camera angle. I didn't see enough. Like, you're thinking of like a fucking security building where you're holding dangerous criminals and shit like that, right? I think there'd be like more than just one camera angle, I would think. So all of it just seems like, how is this proof of anything? See, look, he clearly killed himself. See, look, right there, you can see his sneaker right there. See, he killed himself. Like, what the fuck? What are we doing, Pam? Anyways, here you go. Pamela, what the fuck, dude? All right, here we go.
What they were. Never going to be released, never going to see the light of day. To him being an agent, I have no knowledge about that. We can get back to you on that. And the minute missing from the video, we released the video showing definitively the video was not conclusive, but the evidence prior to it was showing he committed suicide. And what was on that, there was a minute that was off the counter. And what we learned from Bureau of Prisons was every night, they redo that video. It's old, from like 1999. So every night the video is reset, and every night should have the same minute missing. So we're looking for that video to release that as well, showing that a minute is missing every night. And that's it on Epstein.
What the fuck? But wouldn't that throw the fucking thing out if it resets to 12 every day? Like when it hits the 12, then it just resets. It's not starting from 12 o'clock. Whatever. I don't fucking. Yeah, everyone knows that's not good enough. Everyone in this room knows it's not good enough. The only ones that are going to accept it are the neocons of neocons. But let's go through some reactions anyway. Let's check it out. Let's see what people are saying out here. You have Dave Smith, right, where he's like, this is so pathetic. And this is Trump saying, oh, why are we still talking about this fucking Epstein guy? You talking about Jeffrey Epstein? Who the fuck is that? What are we talking about here? There's floods in Texas. In Texas, man. Texas. And BB's here. We need to give him more money. BB needs his fucking money. Why are we sitting here complaining about Jeffrey Epstein? Holy fuck. Now, actually, okay, let's go through some more reactions where it's obviously just, it's a joke, right? Right here from Michael Tracy. In quick succession, Trump has enabled an Israeli war on Iran, bombed Iran himself, passed behemoth legislation exploding the national debt, concealed the Epstein files, and doubled down on arming Ukraine, just as foretold by all the anti-establishment podcasts last year. Right, Dave? Right? Am I right, Dave? God. Here's more. Here's one from a Fox News guy. Once again, I'm not doing this with any bias. I think Michael Tracy's left-leaning. This guy's right-leaning. Will Cain, that is. He was trying to be Skip Bayless, but he failed at it or something. He didn't make it. They tried to build him as Skip Bayless, but ended up at Fox News somehow. But here's, once again, simple as anything. Dumb guy logic. Here it is.
Do you think it's fair, Buck, to say, okay, I'm looking at this memo. It says there's no, quote, client list. Well, I don't know what that means. There's no Word document.
I don't either.
There's no Notes app on his phone. There's no printed out piece of paper with lists of names on it. But there are clients, right? We've been led to believe there were clients. There were other people involved in this, either in helping to either patronizing Jeffrey Epstein or help him to coordinate this. And do you think it's fair?
So once again, another dumb guy assessment. Not saying he's dumb, I'm saying like the logic is just so simple that anyone can understand it, right? Okay, maybe he didn't have a fucking, Rolodex of clients. Maybe he didn't have a printed out sheet, right? Maybe his phone didn't have it all on there and shit. But he was definitely working with other people, right? That's a lot. That's a lot, is it not? That's a lot of shit that was going on, and the money he had. Like, no one, like, someone explain that one. How does he have so much fucking money like that? And then being able to network and, let's be real, hang out with rich and famous celebrity motherfuckers too. So it's like, how does all that happen? And it's just him and Ghislaine Maxwell. That's it. Just those two are doing all this, procuring like allegedly like hundreds, maybe even thousands of girls. He has thousands of hours of child porn. Did he make them himself? Did he buy them from someone? Something else is on here like that they're just not saying, right? And it makes no fucking sense to say like, oh, this is an irrelevant story that means nothing. I understand people sensationalizing it and turning it into entertainment. That to me is a problem. But to say this is like a non-story compared to everything else is fucking stupid. That's the response Trump is giving you. And the response Pam Bondi's giving you is fucking lackluster. Like, you're not saying you had no clients, but you're also saying there's no client. Like, just say it, bro. We don't, like, me personally, I don't care if they're famous or just some random motherfuckers that we never heard of. Like, it doesn't matter. Either one. I mean, nothing to put people in danger, but, like, just for the sake of being thorough in a criminal investigation. But I guess we're too stupid for that shit, guys. We're too dumb for that. They need to keep it secret. Our parents need to keep it secret so that the kids don't go crazy about it. And it's like, I don't know. I think it's a shame and an insult to our intelligence. Let's just be honest. All right, more responses. This one's actually kind of funny from porn star Sasha Grey. There's no client list. Ah, yes, and I'm a virgin. It's pretty funny. Sasha Grey's a porn star. Haha, she's a virgin. Get it? Anyways. Now, let's look at some people that I think, like, as a result of all this, that might run cover for the Orange Penguin. They might run cover for Trump. And how do you do that? You have a scapegoat. And who's a scapegoat? Let's be honest. It's Pam Bondi, or it's Cass Patel, or it's Dan Bongino. Right? Those are the scapegoats, let's be honest. And no one looks at Trump, even with this, even with all this. Excuse me.
Go ahead.
He did work
Excuse
for an
me.
intelligence agency. So could you read it, and also could you say why there was a minute missing from the jailhouse tape on the night of the stabbing?
Yeah, sure. If I
Pam,
could,
could I just interrupt? for
Sure.
one
Excuse
second?
me.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're
No, it's just Pam Bondi's the evil one here. As you can see from professional cover artist Luke Rudkowski, he's going to protect Trump by talking about this lady as the reason why everything's going downhill. Here you have Laura Loomer here. I hope Trump realizes what a fucking liar Pam Bondi is. She's useless, covering for pedophiles and never arresting criminals. Well, you're covering for Trump, who may be a fucking pedophile. Who knows? Maybe the reason why these things aren't released to us or talked about, or they're trying to like avoid talking about it, is maybe he has something to do with it. Maybe he's on the list. Who knows? We definitely know they were friends and definitely were contacts with each other. I'm just saying. But of course, you have your fucking, we're going to take a bullet for the Trump administration people, like Laura Loomer and Luke Rudkowski. Yeah, these guys are going to it's protecting Trump by saying he has nothing to do with this, and it's all Pam Bondi's fault, or it's all Cash Patel's fault, or it's all Dan Bongino's fault. It's pretty ridiculous. It's like you're telling me he has no clue about any of this. He's like come on. And we just heard him once again protecting Pam Bondi. He stepped in front to protect her. So, are you guys still talking about this? Are you serious? Are we still talking about this? Now, once again, she posted this, before Trump said that today. But still, I thought it was already known. Trump has had 2 different AGs that have been looking at this Epstein case, and they fucked it up both times. And it's like, at some point, you got to realize this guy doesn't want that shit fully investigated, and he doesn't want us to really look into it or know about it. Let's be honest. He's got too much funding to do of homicidal fucking militaries and countries. But let's continue with maybe the peak of trash in response to this. This is probably the worst take I've heard so far. And it's from Big Boy Ben, Boy, Bobby Ben, Boy Benny, Ben Shapiro. Probably this is probably the dumbest take out of everyone. Let's hear it out. Here we go.
We now have the answers. And the problem is this.
We now have the
people
answers.
who never hedged their bets, people who never at any point suggested to you that they don't have data to back up the speculation, that the speculation was in and of itself the conclusion that if you speculate without evidence, that amounts to an actual conclusion to an investigation, they're going to be very upset today because it turns out that the DOJ and the FBI have concluded that Epstein didn't have a client list and died by suicide, according to a memo detailing the findings obtained by Axios. Now, again, does this put to bed all inquiries? Of course not. People can continue to speculate as much as they want. And I think there's still open questions here regarding how did Epstein make his money? Right, that's a very serious open question. And the speculation for a long time was he made his money from blackmail. But the DOJ and the FBI, again, run by people like Dan Bongino and Kash Patel and Pam Bondi are telling you, I'm not telling you, they're telling you, people who are members of the Trump administration, people you elected and put into these positions to get you the truth on this matter, are telling you that he didn't, in fact, he was not murdered. He did not keep a client list. And he did not blackmail powerful figures. Okay, right? That is the thing that they are saying, not I. They are saying this.
I mean, Ben, you want that to be. Let's be honest. Come on, Ben. That's what you would want to be the case. If I had to guess, he would want that to be the reality. I'm just saying. But anyways, check out this last part that Ben's gonna say. All right, everything before that, he's just doing mealy mouth bullshit, right? But this last part, I think, is the craziest portion to me, which makes this one of the dumbest takes I've heard. Here we go.
If you are willing to throw that over and claim they're lying, then I'd like to see you present your evidence that they are in fact lying, because I know.
And there it is. If you think they're lying, provide evidence that they're lying. Well, the whole point of the Epstein thing was to get the evidence into people's hands so they can look over it themselves. That was the point. Holy fucking stupid. I mean, I could say stupid, but I think he's lying, which is also stupid, but, it's more so that he's being dishonest, I think. Why don't you just look at the evidence and decide for yourself? Prove that they're wrong by using the evidence. What fucking evidence did we get our hands on, Ben? We're not allowed to see the evidence, dude. That's why people were asking for the fucking evidence. Holy shit. That's ridiculous, right? Please, look over the evidence and go ahead and prove. Where's your evidence? Prove that Pam Bondi and Kash Patel and Dan Bongino are wrong. Prove it. Well, they're the only ones holding the fucking evidence. Remember, they couldn't get their hands on the evidence for a while. Allegedly. Right? According to their story, the Southern District of New York or whatever was holding it back or something like that, right? And they were struggling, they were trying their best to get the evidence, even though people were hiding it from them and all that shit. And then when they get the evidence, they tell us, they just say a conclusion without us being able to see any type of evidence of a case that's essentially closed. So it's what the fuck? What a horrible take, but that's Ben's job. It's always been his job. It's been his job for a long time to protect the powers in the United States, in Israel, or any other fucking ally that the State Department needs Ben to support. Let's just be honest, guys. So, yeah, and he's been like that the entire time. For the dummies that started watching him early today, oh my God, look at him! Look at Ben destroy these college kids. For the people that fell for that shit, it's like they fell for the Orange Penguin. They fell for Trump too. Like this is what you earned it, guys. Like that's not me bragging about it. It's just like it's obvious. You earned like this is your karma. You guys earned it. Congratulations. I'll let him finish up, but he's like, listen, my evidence for why Dan Bongino is not lying is because he's a friend of mine. That's his evidence for why why Bongino's telling the truth. Authority says that this is the case, so that must be the case. If you question it, where's your evidence? Like, well, they have the evidence. Dummy. Where's your fucking evidence that they're telling the truth, Ben? Oh, he's a good guy. Dan's a good guy. Like, please, just lie to my face more, Ben. Here we go.
Dan, I don't think that Dan Bongino is lying to me.
Okay.
That is the thing that they are saying, not I. They are saying this. If you're willing to throw that over and claim they're lying, then I'd like to see you present your evidence that they are in fact lying. Because I know Dan. I don't think that Dan Bongino is lying to me.
I know him.
I know Kash Patel a little bit. I don't think Kash Patel is lying to me. I don't think these people are lying to me. Which means that if somebody else continues to claim that they're lying, they ought to provide their evidence at this point. And now is the point at which the facts on the ground have changed. And so either you ought to shift your opinion based on the facts that have now emerged, or you ought to acknowledge that this was never a fact-based inquiry in the first place.
What facts did they provide, Ben? They're just saying that they could be lying, Ben. But he knows that. He's a professional liar himself, so he knows. He knows, like, yeah, they could be lying. The point is to throw this out here, hope people forget, and move on. It literally is what Trump was saying. Where it's like, we're still talking about this? We got more important stuff to do. So they want you to forget all about that and move on to something else. Move on to what they want you to be thinking about and what they want you to be talking about. And yeah. And Ben's here to do the same thing. It's so, like, watching reactions after events like this is the most interesting thing in the world to me because you get all these different reactions and you can just go right down the line and it tells you a story on its own. It tells you a story on its own, right? Like, okay, Dave's fed up with Trump, but you were pushing Trump in the first fucking place. Weren't you? You voted for him and you pushed for him. That's very telling to me. That's a story on its own, is it not? I mean, Trump's statements on themselves, like, shouldn't that showcase to you guys? Like, okay, your guys' interests are not aligned. You voted for him for whatever reason, and he's betraying those reasons. Quite blatantly. I think in every topic, if you actually look at it. Michael Tracy, dancing on graves, tells a story on its own. Even Fox News guys being fucking confused about this. Like, wait a minute. There's no client list, but there are clients, right? So where does that investigation go? And something tells me that if you asked Patel that, or Bongino, or Pam Bondi that, something tells me they'll say, like, well, we can't release that to the public. Those are those are quiet investigations to catch the bad guys. So we can't release any information on what we got so far, or where we're going with this. That'd probably be their answer. Or they could just be like, oh, listen, the case is closed already. The dude is dead. We're moving on. Maybe that's their answer, which would be just a hellstorm of... that'd be a public hellstorm for them. Or politically, at least. That's just funny to me, Sasha Gray. I think this fool runs cover. I don't know. I didn't see his other statements, but I wouldn't be surprised if this fool... I've heard like things with the Iran stuff, or... other things. 9/11 boy Luke Rudkowski, it seems like he always runs cover for Trump. It just seems like that. You see Alex Jones doing the same thing. He runs cover for these guys. And it's embarrassing. It's like, God damn it, Pam Bondi. It's like, doesn't she have a boss? I think she has a boss. Also, I think this guy's openly saying, like, yo, leave this case alone. Leave her alone. Leave the case alone. Wouldn't that imply that he's also covering it up? Alex Jones? Haha, like he cares. Haha. Once again, more things where people just run cover. Once again, even though this is from yesterday before we heard Trump's statements about it and him criticizing the media for asking about Epstein and the inconsistencies and the shit that doesn't make sense, right? Even though this tweet is before that, this still is... Yeah, ask me yesterday and I'd be like, yeah, Trump's been running, or Trump's been, like, he's a part of this. Not saying he's in the files or anything, I'm saying, but he's a part of, like, we want people to forget about this, let it go, so he can continue on with his neocon policy. He wants people to shut up about this already. Like, he does. Like, that's what it seems like. I would have said that yesterday. I would have said that a month ago. I would have said that 3 years ago. I would have said that. In his first administration, I would have said this. Straight up. But instead, we blame someone else. Or it was Bill Barr, now it's Pam Bondi. Or it was Christopher Wray, or Comey, or it's Kash Patel and Dan Bongino. And there was like Jeff Sessions too, right? He was one of those guys, AG, I think. Or blame the pass on, but some reason never hits Trump. That's what they're trying to do. Hopefully, it's not working anymore. Hopefully. But that's been the thing. And then Ben's just Ben's been this way. He's been obviously this for years and years. People are just, as soon as Americans started actually becoming critical of Israel, that's when you started hearing Ben's different. Like, oh wait, Ben's not this.
We now have the answers.
What the fuck?
And the problem,
Ben's not this debate bro guy that just, he's here to fight for us. He's against SJWs. He's here to, make America great. Like, nope. You were lied to. You fell for it. Good luck in life. And there's another person I want to bring up here who's actually has been critical as of late, is critical today. And I want to bring this person up because I also think they're full of shit too. And using these things as opportunities to boost their own fucking fame and fortune. Who would I be talking about? Well, of course, it's psychopathic Oprah. Who else? Now look at this. This is a clip, I guess, from her show. Candace Owens says, "We will never see the Epstein files, and to put it out of your mind. They implicate Israel, and we never see any files that can potentially implicate Israel." Okay. And then she says, "Oh, aged well." Now, what I'm getting from this is that you are bragging about some shit that you said in March? Four fucking months ago? People have been on this topic for years and years and years, dude. But Candace gets to brag like, look, I told you. Thank you for telling us after the election, Candace. Where was this take before the election? To say, hey, your hopes about Epstein? Yeah, that's going to fail. Sorry. If she did, I didn't fucking see it. And I didn't hear about it. And I'd figure a narcissistic psychopath would point out something before the election and say, look, guys, I told you. I tried to warn you. But that's not what happened, is it? She supported, she voted for, she told others to vote for Donald Trump. And now he's in office, she's also the person that's going to tell you, like, yeah, come here to find the facts. I'm a truth teller. I mean, once it's too late, I tell you when it's too late, but I'm still a truth teller. Like, fuck out of here, dude. This might be as bad as anything, as any take, is saying, look what I was saying. What, 4 months ago? Congratulations. Like, what, he's been in office for 2 months from this point? Or a month and a half or whatever? And now you're telling people? A little late there, Candace, huh? But don't worry, she gets to brag about it, and her dumb fuck fans will be like, yeah, let's say, look. Oh, oh, YellBro, where'd you get that? Like, oh, this news story? Yeah, you must have got it from Candace, didn't you? Because she's out in front of everything. Like, no, she's fucking not. But pretending like she is. Which to me, once again, this is not me being petty. Fuck that shit, bro. You don't have to believe me, but it is what it is. I'm not doing this to be petty. I'm saying these are warnings. This guy over here, this guy that everyone fell for, this guy you got tricked by, this orange penguin you got tricked by. Like, yeah, things like this can happen if you don't read into things, don't look into things, don't think harder about things, don't think critically about things. This is what happens to you. You get fucking tricked. And by the time you start realizing that, damn, this person's wrong, this person fucked up, right? It's too fucking late. And having someone go on here and say, no, being this late is means like I did it the right way. And probably even at this point, she's still probably supporting Trump, by the way. She might be supporting him now, to this day. She said she gets phone calls from she got a phone call from the fucking guy. I mean, that was in February. But, still called her to fucking trade government secrets and shit with her. Because she's so fucking important and so brilliant and smart. I think she's a dumb person, too, by the way. I think she's kind of dumb, too. Which is funny. I think she's kind of dumb. And also, I think full of shit. And not here for your best interest, in my humble opinion. I don't think she's here for, Christ is king. She's not here for Christ first. She's not here for America first. She's here for Candace first. First, second, third, and last. In my humble opinion. That's what this lady comes off as. And once again, I'm being animated about this because stop getting fucking tricked. Stop getting fucking fooled by these people. Please, I beg you to. They keep tricking you over and over and over again. And all I have to do is say fucking words out loud and you're just like, yeah! Yeah, Candace, yeah, she gets it right. How do you know that? She said Israel's bad. Oh, good for her. A little too late, isn't it? Little late, huh? You're telling me that me and like where were we? We were in James's dingy basement, seeing Daily Wire shit, right? And be like, yo, these guys are fucking idiots and liars and neocons. Obvious. It was obvious as fuck. You're telling me Candace worked there for years and had no fucking clue? Are you kidding me? But don't worry. Now she's the one saying, I told you so about the Epstein files in fucking March. In March. I heard about that story in like 2009 or some shit, bro. March this year, she's like, yeah, I told you the Epstein files aren't going to happen. Told you. Fuck. Thank you for helping the guy that's not going to allow the Epstein files to be seen. Thank you for helping elect that guy, Candace. And now she gets to go out here and say, I told you so. That's embarrassing. If you fall for this shit, bro, you're an embarrassment. Sorry. It's embarrassing.
And released yesterday.
I'll let that play for a bit. It's fucking embarrassing, dude. But you know what? Hey, you know what? We gotta move on with our lives, man. Now it's time to beef up Israel's military so that they can go back to wars and murdering people. Time to beef their army up, their military up and shit. Reinforce their buildings, rearm them, rearm them with bombs. Let's rearm Ukraine, too, while we're at it. Let's help them out some more, too. Let's continue these wars. We need to make sure they keep going. So you know what? Shut the fuck up about fucking Epstein. Are you kidding me? We got so much shit that we got to do. And you're worried about Epstein? You're trying to fuck the world over, dude. Are you not fucking paying attention? We're trying to make the world a worse place, and you keep asking me about Epstein? What's wrong with you? Hey, there's still children breathing in Gaza right now, okay? We got bigger problems. They're still breathing over there. We need to stop that from happening. Fucking Epstein. Are you kidding me? We're trying to create the perfect conditions for the devil to rise to earth. We got bigger things to worry about, you idiots. I'll say this one last time. If you're, I mean, I think I've been saying this for months now. I'm like, well, if you're still on the Trump train, you're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking dumb as shit. Now, to everyone that called me stupid for saying that a month ago, and maybe you check out this video now and you're like, yeah, now you see it. Now you're getting it, right? Now you're getting it. If your thing was like, oh, okay, Trump's going to secretly arrest all the elites that are causing the problems around the world. If you're one of those guys and you're now seeing this clip, there you go. This is me dancing on your grave right now. All right, there's your video. Please subscribe if you feel like. Comment, agree, disagree. Tell me what you think. What is there to say? How about this? If you think Pam Bondi or Kash Patel or Dan Bongino are lying, then go prove to us that they're lying. Prove you know what happened, okay? Prove it. Even though they won't give you the evidence, they won't allow you to go into those buildings. You'd be arrested if you try to get in there. If you ask for a FOIA request, it might take 50 fucking years for all we know. On and so forth. But you know what? They're not lying. You want to know why? Because you can't prove they're lying. Duh. And just, please. Here, let me see your leftist tears in the fucking chat. In the comment section. Do it there. Also, don't forget to share support. Hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Check them out, read them, share them, then donate. All of it is appreciated and worth doing, by the way. It's worth it. With all that said, give this video a thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in.